Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial video on my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to attempt your HappyScribe test. That's the first test of subtitling. So on this channel I share a lot of tutorial videos on PC. So I have transcription and we also have gaming and stuff. So if you want to know or learn about any of these, you can check out my channel. I've done one video already on transcribe me audio test, so you can check it out. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put the video towards the end of this video. I'm going to put the link to you, and today I'm going to show you how to do the HappyScribe subtitling test. So now let's go to my Chrome. So the first thing you need to know before you attempt any test like this is to read the guidelines, and there's a lot of stuff. There are a lot of stuff to learn and to read from these guidelines, and so I know it might be stressful for some of you. Some of you might not want to do it, so don't worry, I've done it for you. But I'll still need to point out some important stuff. So what I think you should check most importantly is the subtitle specifics. Because that's what you need to know now at the moment, because the first test is about subtitling, so that's where you need to focus on. So and I advise you guys to always refer to the guidelines after reading it to make your work as perfect as possible, because I know my work is not going to be perfect, can't be 100% perfect, so you might notice some stuff I failed to notice. So you have to read the guidelines while following my tutorial, so you should read the guideline also and also refer to it when attempting your test. So that's something important you need to know. So before then, okay, the first thing we need to do for this subtitling test is proofreading. It's proofreading. Before you do anything else, guys, before you do anything, you should know that the first thing for you to do is proofread. Before you start anything, you must proofread, and proofreading entails it entails checking spelling and punctuation, spelling, punctuation, grammar, stuff like that. It's about grammar. Yeah, proofreading is about checking the grammar, so you need to do that first from beginning to end before you start doing the other stuff. And you can see we have here proofread. We have proofreading here, and also after you proofread, then you are going to take into consideration there's something we can see here. We see CPS and CPL. CPL means characters per line, while CPS means characters per second. So according to the guidelines here, the characters on a line should not be more than 42. If it's more than 42, it's going to show something like this. If it's more than 42, you're going to see this red. You can see CPL is marked red, just as on my transcription here. You can see it's marked red, and it is written 79. So it's supposed to be 42. So we're going to fix that later. So you should know that your CPL should not be more than 42, and your CPS, we have CPS here. You can see CPS under time sync. Your CPS should not be more than 20, even though it could be more than 20 if it is necessary. Because don't worry, by during our tutorial you're going to see that sometimes it's going to be more than 20. That's if it's necessary, because you cannot just go and force yourself to make your CPS less than 20 or 20 just because you want to meet the requirement. No, the thing is about reader comfort. The reader of the subtitles needs to be comfortable and have a good viewing experience while reading them. So that's what it is. So even if it's more than 20, it can be tolerated, so long as you have the viewer's comfort in mind. So and there's also something you should know about line breaks. Because in order to make sure the CPL is not more than 42, there's also line breaks. So when you're breaking your line, you should know that you cannot just break your line anywhere you wish. So once you break your line, for example, we have here breaking line. Let's say we have here the closeness of the village community fuses family friendship. So when I want to break my line, I can't just go and break my line here, when I'm breaking my line, I can't just break it and end the line with a preposition or an article or in an auxiliary verb. My line should not end an auxiliary verb, and well, let's not put much effort on the auxiliary verb. The most important one is the article and the preposition. Your line should not end there. So what you need to do, if you want to break your line into two to meet the characters per line, you should press the shift and enter at the same time. Shift and okay, if you make a mistake, you can press Ctrl Z. I didn't break it where I'm supposed to break it. You can press Ctrl Z. So I've already altered this to show you. So let me go back to where I started today. Okay, where I started today. So now you see, right now I have 79 characters per line. So in order to make it to meet the requirements, I come to here. Let me say stop here between the word two and the word big, and I press the shift and enter at the same time. So I break the line into two, and you see the red mark that was here has disappeared, and my first line has 40 characters while the second has 39 characters. So I'm good. So that's what you need to do to meet the character per line requirement. Don't worry, even if you are confused about what to do, all you need to do at the end is just to do exactly what I do, or not exactly, actually you need to check it to make your own corrections. So but follow my own and you have a good way in this. So continuing on this, okay, we need to proofread. I've already proofread it because this is not the original that was given to me. I've proofread it, so you can check mine and compare the ones that you are given first, then you make corrections where you see I've made corrections. And for the characters per line, I've shown you how to make the character per line 42 or less. So I told you, if you want to break your line into two, you go to where you want to break your line, then you press shift plus enter to break the line into two. Then characters per second, I'm going to show you how to fix the issue of character per second right away. So as for the character per second, now what you need to do is, let me show you what it means. Let's start playing from the beginning. Okay, the network has a network problem. Let me refresh. Oh, I think I've run out of data. Okay, but no problem. Let me change to my other SIM card and refresh so you see what I'm talking about. Let me refresh. Okay, I just refreshed it. So as for the character per second, it's about viewer comfort. So for example, let me play it so you see what I'm talking about. Let me play the audio so at least it should.
Our political system is dominated by two big parties, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil.
Other countries have a clear dividing line between the leading political groups, but in Ireland, we're different.
So what, if anything, does divide the two power centres of Irish politics?
But in Ireland, we're different.
So what, if anything,
between the leading political groups, but in Ireland, we're different.
So what, if anything, does divide the two power centres of Irish politics?
Okay, we're back to our audio. So as you can see, the character per second is to make sure that let's go back to the guidelines so it's what I'm talking about. As for the character per second, values higher than 20 CPS indicate the greater viewer experience, so you should make an effort to try to reduce it when possible. Whenever exceeded, it is marked red in the editor. When it's more than 20, it is marked red in the editor. So the fact that it is marked red doesn't mean you are totally wrong. Sometimes you have to, sometimes there are times where you have no choice but to pass the character per second, as long as you maintain your viewers comfort. So now the most important thing is syncing. So when you need to sync your subtitle with the video, because you can't have your subtitle coming on the screen before the speaker says it, or you can also, and you should never also have your subtitle coming on after the speaker has said it. So you should make sure that your subtitle, that the text on the screen comes at the same time the speaker is speaking. So we can see here for the sync, we can see their guidelines. So the subtitle should coincide with the speech. Your subtitle should coincide with the speech. It should never come before or after the speech, and it should not be hanging up on the screen after the speech. So if you want to make sure that you don't do that, you want to make sure you make the character per second, or to make sure that the subtitle is in sync with what the speaker is saying, then this is where you need to go. This is the final place I'm showing you. This is the place you need to go. So sorry guys, now I'm going to play it while trying to fix the character per second. I'm using an external speaker, so I can't connect my external speaker at the same time with my microphone. There's also only one port, one 3.5mm jack port, so I can't use both of them. So now I'm going to play the video. You're not going to hear the video actually because I'm recording. So but after the video, I'm going to play the video from beginning to end so you can see it. So for now, I'm just going to show you how to move this the subtitles there to meet the character per second, or to make sure that your subtitle is in line with the video. So I'm going to play from beginning to see how the subtitles appear on the screen. So I'm going to play it. Or don't worry, okay, now I'm just going to play it from beginning to end so you should hear it. I'll play from beginning to end so you should hear it. So while I'm playing it, I'm going to be checking to see where the subtitles are met or not. So now you're not going to hear my voice, you're only going to hear the video. So let's continue.
Our political system is dominated by two big parties, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil.
Other countries have a clear dividing line between the leading political groups. But in Ireland, we're different.
So what, if anything, does divide the two power centres of Irish politics?
In Ireland, we don't fit the international pattern.
The closeness of the village community fuses family, friendship, commerce, and politics, making each a personal affair.
Usually there's a big block on the left, basically people who favour higher taxes to pay for better public services and state involvement in the economy.
And then there's a block on the right who back lower taxes and favour market solutions. But in Ireland we've two big parties and they're both, broadly speaking, right-ish.
Down the decades they've moved further right or to the left, but they've generally sat around the centre of the political spectrum.
This is the...
But in Ireland we've two big parties and they're both, broadly speaking, right-ish.
Down the decades they've moved further right or to the left, but they've generally sat around the centre of the political spectrum.
This is the way of things. In Ireland, it is the politician's role to provide the linkage between countryman and bureaucrat.
So where are they today? At the last general election, RTE carried out an exit poll asking people to place themselves on a left-right scale, so 0 being very left-wing and 10 being very right-wing.
The mean or average voter was at 4.98, pretty much bang in the centre. But supporters of Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil were at 5.84 and 5.7 respectively. In other words, both are slightly to the right of the average voter, and the two are almost exactly the same. So in crude terms, they're both targeting the same market.
But there could be differences on other issues, so nationalism for instance, and that's the issue that divided Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil in the first place. The two stem from the Sinn Féin party, which split in the early 1920s over the Anglo-Irish Treaty.
The local Common, or branch of Fianna Fáil, traces its genealogy directly from the first Sinn Féin Common in the peninsula. Secretary of the Common is John McAteer.
Okay, so we're back. So I don't know, I think maybe you would not have had the audio, but don't worry, you can hear the audio when you're watching on your phone or your computer when taking the test. So you can see we have few places where the character per second has exceeded 20, but I'm just going to go over it to see if the subtitle is in sync with the video. It doesn't matter if it's more than the CPS or not. So I'm going to pause the video, and after I'm done with it, then I'll show you. I don't want the video to be too long, so I have to pause it to make some little corrections, and I'll show you guys. So I'm quickly going to show you how to make sure that the subtitle is in sync with the video. So let me use this for example. You see, this first one has met the CPS. So but if I decide, now let's go back to the beginning. So see, let's play the video, let's say, and now it's in sync. But what if I decide to move this subtitle too much to the left? And what's going to happen if I move it too much to the left? Or let's say I move it, or let's come back here, or Ctrl Z. Now this is where it is. So it starts around there. So if I want to make sure that it's in sync with the video, so I have to move it to the left or to the right to make sure everything is fine. I have to move it to the left or to the right to make sure everything is fine. So that's what you need to do if you want to sync it. So let's see this. So let's say I move it too much to the left, and let's start from the video again to see what's happened. You see, the subtitle appears from there. But let's do Ctrl Z and take it back to where it normally was, and you see, now the subtitle comes when the speech starts. So that's what you need to do to sync the subtitle. So if you have any questions, if there's anything you don't understand, do not hesitate to write down your problems in the comment section. My social media on Facebook, I'm Samson Yahaya, just like you see on my YouTube name. On Instagram, I'm Samson_Yahaya_official on Instagram. So you can, and also have my WhatsApp number, I'm going to put it also, and my Gmail, I'm going to put that also. So any question you have, you can message me and I'm going to help you with it. So I'm going to submit the test. I'm going to submit the test. Then after that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do another video on the questionnaire and the other processes. So subscribe and stay tuned to see the other videos. Don't forget, I also have another video on another transcription service, which is Transcribe Me, and I did the first audio test. So if you want to see that, you can check out my channel for that. You can check out my channel if you want to see the Transcribe Me audio test I did, and I have other videos on PC tutorials and stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this in order to be seeing more from me. Okay, so I've submitted it. Now it's time for the questionnaire. so I'm not going to do that now. Check out my channel, you'll see the other video on the questionnaire. So thanks for watching guys. Like and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe, as your subscription is going to help me a lot. Please subscribe to see more content from me, and thank you and see you next time.